Good Friday Eve, ladies and gentlemen. It is me, the Midnight Rider. That's the big guy, KG. Welcome to another edition of the Sideline Junkies Podcast Network in conjunction with Clear Production Sports. And we got something special for you today. It's something we do every day on this day of the week. Because everybody talks and they say, no, that's not how I want to do it. There's people around the room and everybody's saying Thursday night Throwdown. Yeah.
See, you gotta love that, man. You gotta love that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. As you can see, that's big guy KG, always big, never little, sitting next to the gorgeous one, Pretty Tony. We'll be joined shortly by our new guy who's joining us for the first time on Thursday night. But welcome to the Thursday Night Throwdown, as so eloquently put by none other than the Midnight Rider. How are you feeling tonight, sir?
I'm good, man. Just everything. This has been a hectic day. And I think God has a plan. And I'll tell you after the show why I think I was hectic today.
All right. Well, and there's always a plan. I got something that I want to touch on before we jump into this show. Just something to touch on real quick. Did you see that Big Baby got 40 months in jail for defrauding the NBA's insurance?
I did not see that.
Yes. He defrauded them for $80K, I believe it is. Sentenced to 40 months in prison over fraud scheme. So it was $80K. Thomas. Go ahead.
He couldn't get Clinton Porter's lawyer?
Shoot, Clinton Porter's supposed to report the daggone jail January 1st. I don't even think he reported to jail.
Oh, okay.
But here's the thing. What's crazy is you got Glenn Big Baby Davis serving 40 months. And we're joined by the new guy.
Hey! It's the new guy! Hey, buddy!
Number one.
Oh man, let me get this out of the way. Because for some reason it stinks around here. Smells like I can't even. I feel like something stuck in my Thursday. Oh my god, it smells like Thursday in here.
You don't have your name tag on, buddy. You don't know?
No, it's cool. It's cool. I'm gonna just hit the name tag.
That's all right. It's already there. But Big Baby, 40 months in prison, which comes out to what? Little under 4 years?
3 years and 4 months?
Yeah. So here's a question. Eton Thomas brought this up, and I love Eton Thomas because he doesn't back down. He doesn't shy away from anything that matters politically or otherwise. Big Baby defrauded the NBA for $80K. Brett Favre defrauded the Mississippi people for $700,000. They both got caught around the same time, but Big Baby's getting ready to go to jail for 40 months, and Brett Favre is just walking free.
You surprised?
No, I'm not surprised at all. I'm outraged, but I'm not surprised. And it's don't get me wrong. It's not even a racial thing. It's more of a how the hell you let you pick one up for one and then you let the other one slide. Like, okay, $80K to the NBA is like $20 to us.
But that's assuming. That's assuming he actually. I'm not gonna say that, but I mean that's kind of assuming that he actually took care of his money.
Yeah, no, I'm saying $80K to the NBA.
Okay.
It's like $20 to us.
I got you.
$700K to people that actually need assistance in Mississippi, which is one of the poorest states in the United States. $700K coming from public funds to help out those that are disenfranchised, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, no matter what color, they are disenfranchised. And you get nothing? What are we doing here? And the total is now at $7.25.
This is Mississippi to you right now.
James King chiming in. He said, "Oh, it's racial. Poorest state in the union. Yeah, Mississippi ranks dead last in a lot of things, in a lot of categories. But I just want to know if you guys saw that and if you had an opinion on it. Really quick."
I didn't see it. My only comment is, hey, he got to step his lawyer game up next time. You can't just go in there with the dude where the suit don't fit right. It ain't tailored. You know what I'm saying? He got his law degree from DeVry. You know, I'm not speaking ill of DeVry. But you get what you pay for.
If your lawyer coming into court and his pants, bottom of his pants wet because they've been dragging on the ground, you're going to jail, buddy. You're going to jail. Okay. Look, nothing that you haven't said. Like, why is one, both is wrong, but when did the Brett Favre thing happen? That was a couple of years back, wasn't it? Some time ago, wasn't it?
It wasn't that long ago because both of these happened at the same time.
My thing is it's Brett Favre. He's their baby. You can't put the baby in the jail. You can't put your poster child in the jail. I'm sure they found another way to funnel him money. So what are we talking about? What are we doing here, huh? Tony, what are we doing?
That is up to $750 now. I mean, can we get him a double there and make it $775?
What are we doing?
How my man say? Shaky.
James King say it's racial, and I wholeheartedly believe that. Now, I'm not gonna get into it too much on this show, but you want to see me after the show? We'll have a conversation, and I'll tell you some of my real thoughts. NBA playoffs. This is looking good. You got the Timberwolves up on the Nuggets 2-0. Boston up on Cavaliers 1-0. They're playing right now. Knicks and Pacers. Knicks up 2-0. And the Knicks fans, oh my goodness, the Knicks fans. They came after Reggie Miller. Yes, sir. What we call him timeout for?
Did y'all see that the Pacers sent 29 plays from game 1 to the NBA, and then they sent 49? So a nice route. I was told there'd be no math, but that's a lot of stuff shown calls that you just keep bringing back up. I don't understand that part of the process.
No. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it.
What are we doing?
You was about to say it. Go ahead and say it.
What are we doing here?
$7.75. Let's see if we can get the $8 genuinely tonight, baby. Let's see if we can get the $8. Number one Knick fan in the crew. None other than Perry joining us, gentlemen. And he said it. That right there, that lets you know the Knicks are like vampires. They don't settle grudges. They harbor them. And I love it. I love it. This is playoff basketball, and I love it. When the Garden is electric, stocks are up, hog futures are up, the price of corn is down, milk's only a gallon of milk is $1.99.
The rat population in NYC isn't under control because they watching the game at night. They're not roaming the streets trying to figure out what trash can and stuff they going. They sitting there with their family of 900,000 in rat family. So the family of 900,000 and they chilling.
James King said 72. Perry said 78. 78 to the league office.
Let me tell you what I think.
Yes, James King. Hog futures are on the rise when New York wins.
Let me tell you what I think this is. Because even though Tyrese Halliburton is a up and coming star, they don't have the media star power that, or the coach star power, where they can go in the press conference and say, "Yeah, the calls were lopsided." This is a way. This is the new way of saying, "Hey, let's get these calls turned around in the future games. Let's make a complaint another way. We don't have the star power to sit in the presser and say we don't have SGA, we don't have Ant Edwards, we don't have LeBron's in the complaining about the. We don't have that. So they're not. When Indiana talks, nobody's listening. So this is a way of going about it and trying to get those referees, more on the Indiana side a little bit. We'll see if it works.
Well, I think we figured out one thing about Tyrese Halliburton. He hasn't arrived yet.
Oh my goodness!
Ooh, wait,
That's what we do on Thursday night.
wait.
He hasn't arrived yet, sir.
Oh man, hey, we ain't had that since the football season, man. Damn, okay. Perry says he said he owned MSG, Reggie Miller. He was 6-12 in the playoffs at MSG. MJ owned MSG. Reggie was a renter. Reggie had MSG moments, but he didn't.
That's not. You can't. Those weren't just moments.
No, those are big moments. I mean,
those were. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I didn't even know he was 6-12. I'll put it to you that way.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like it.
No, I didn't, because that's a good callback. Because I would have never known that if you wouldn't have said that. But like Kobe said, like he said to Spike, MJ's 55, your fault. Reggie's what was it? 9 points in 8 seconds, your fault. Kobe 61, your fault. If MJ's number one in MSG, I think you got to give Reggie, as opposing teams, I think you got to give Reggie's performance as an MSG number 2.
I think it's all because of the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm talking about this playoffs. This is Reggie in the playoffs. Is like the dagger he put in the Knicks' heart, the heart of their fan, like that shattered. They still trying to pull pieces out of that. That, you know what I'm saying? Those moments he had with them is, if you're a basketball fan, even a Knicks fan, you can replay them in your head.
Perry also said there was a 6-call difference.
Oh, yeah, Perry. I see it.
James King said he scored 34 and was minus 17. I'm believing that's Halliburton. And Carlisle pulled a Phil Jackson. Here we go. Phil never whined about officiating. Not when he was in Chicago.
No, he philosophized about it.
Yes. he gives the officials a book to read so they get the damn calls right. And James King says historic. Yes. Reggie's performances, I'll historic. That's classic and historic. Those are two words to describe Reggie's performance. Perry says shit. Nah, Phil didn't do it in Chicago because we got all the calls. I've seen Michael Jordan walk up to a referee and say, he fouled me. I didn't see it, Michael. If you say he did, I'll take your word for it, and call the foul. But the Knicks are up 2-0 in that one. That's going back to Indiana. Thunder are up. They play tonight. They are up on the Mavericks 1-0. Any series that you really want to keep an eye on outside of the Nuggets Timberwolves? Because everybody's got their eye on that one. Because we may be crowning the new champion.
Well, I already said I like this the Dallas series, Dallas and OKC, and now we got Luka with possibly a sprained knee, and he may not be able to carry the team. So he may end up having to be Robin, and Kyrie might have to be Batman. You know what? The DC movies stink, so he would have to be like.
No, they do. I don't even know why you're making that face. They do. They
He
Okay,
would have to be like
go with
Iron
two.
Man, and Luca might have to be like, I don't want to say Arrow. What's the dude? Falcon. He could be like Falcon. There you go.
You go sit down and watch Aquaman and tell me you don't need a no dose.
I've watched both Aquamans.
I bet you have.
He probably has the poster from the movie.
Poster from he's actually probably from waist down. He's probably sitting in water.
Says the man that has a trident hanging over his bed. Right. Okay.
It is what it is.
James King said, I said the other night, sweep and go dig up grandmama.
I think her back still hurt.
Hey, look, I'm Knicks in Indiana. I'm enjoying this, so of course, like you said, Minnesota and Denver, just to see Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
But just the Knicks in Indiana, just to kind of see where that's going, and another series where you get to see the future of the league.
And go ahead.
I have to relish in this because if Denver can get knocked out now, that takes this is going to take my godson off my back, because he's a Nuggets fan, and he let me. Oh, last year he took out 6 years of pain every time the Lakers used to beat the Nuggets in the playoffs. So he got his revenge. Called me like in the middle of the night, like midnight, 1 o'clock after they won. Sung "We Are the Champions." Gave me the business. Okay. So if the Nuggets can get kicked out, we good. The Villa Knicks.
Yeah, that's true. The Villa Knicks. I like that.
So does the New York Knicks cheerleader squad, do they wear Timbs?
They should.
They should. Oh, speaking of which, you guys said something. Was it Sunday or Tuesday? We were talking about the Knicks. Everybody showing up in Timbs and stuff like that. Was that Sunday?
Yeah.
That was Sunday?
That was Sunday morning, yeah.
Okay.
Because you had a whole diatribe on the Butters, and then you was talking about the low cuts and the high cut.
No. I said you can only show up in double sole Butters. BJ was like, nah, what about the low cut single sole ones? And I was like, we'll only honor Super Timbs outside of the Butters.
And I told you that's not going to work. You got different class of people in there. It's not going to work. Somebody might want some light up Timbs. You have to honor that, man. You just can't.
If you want to wear light up Timbs, you deserve to get stomped out in the tunnel.
See, you can't be like that.
Why can't I be like?
Because you're talking about Knicks fans are very diverse. I mean, just think about all the people sitting on the floor. You think they want to come in double soled Timbs? They want to come in something loafer, a little bit more comfortable.
No, let me explain something.
Let the toes breathe. What about thong Tim sandals?
No.
Come on, man.
No. See, here's the thing. Timberland and New York, just like Timberland slouch socks and shorts go in DC. Tim's and anything goes in New York.
Don't nobody wear that here no more. Don't nobody wear that here no more.
Who don't? I seen a whole old head walking down the street earlier like that.
Old head. The youngins don't wear that. So it's gone. It's not a part of our staple no more.
I told you that the other day.
If the youngins we wore it, or the generation before us wore it, but once it stops, that's it.
Yeah, but guess what? See, that's the thing. You giving credit to the youngins. The youngins don't run nothing in DC but their mouth. We still own DC. You know, the youngest was running DC. You know what happened? It went from Chocolate City to Pumpkin Spice City. We about to make it back to Chocolate City.
You and all the pop-pops out there, y'all gonna take the city back?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, one go-go corner at a time, baby.
Driving down and be like, this whole street smell like Ben Gay.
We're gonna turn every corner in DC into a crank corner. I'm telling you.
It's all the salt and pepper beers you want, boy.
James King said they're gonna be here for a while. He also said OKC had 2 points in the playoffs scored by someone over 25. That's crazy. And that's a young team.
I forgot about this.
Facts. It's all about the Butters, baby.
If you're watching, and I know I might be ahead of what we got coming up, but watch OKC's rebuild and watch the type of players they have on that team. Expect those types. And when I say types, I'm talking about body type, structures, and everything to come here in Washington. That's what they're going to build. That's why they picked out Avia and they picked Bilal Coulibaly. They take guys that play certain positions, but they get the person at the higher end of the height spectrum and the reach spectrum. That's how they play defense. So pay attention to that. And when you start seeing these guys for the draft coming up, because I know I think Sunday is the lottery. So when that comes up and you start seeing prospects, think of guys that they're tall for their position. Those are the type of guys you want to start looking at for the Wizards.
Before we'll talk about the Wizards later on, but before we jump over to that,
way later.
Perry says Sam Presti been doing this for how long?
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone can copy that model.
But when you take the guy that was the second in charge and bring him here, I mean, they share a brain.
You might not be able to copy it to a T, but the same layout, the structure is there, you know. So, and you gotta find, just like Washington's ran different. You just gotta find those players that fit those roles. Like I was talking about the other day, those play, however your roles lay down, that's who you gotta find. You gotta get good at finding what do you say? Your type.
Your type, baby. Now, speaking of types, legacy debate. We got 3 players that I want to discuss their legacy because it's about time to discuss it. First player, LeBron James. Where does his legacy stand now with another first-round exit? Seems like he's struggling in the Laker uniform. It seems like that foreign blue and gold is a little too heavy to wear on his back.
The what?
The foreign blue.
What?
And that is the official color of the Lakers. If you're a Lakers fan and you don't know your Lakers colors, it is called foreign blue. It's not purple. It is foreign blue. That's what it's called.
Okay.
You never knew that?
Go ahead. Just carry on. Go ahead.
Oh my God. I gotta teach y'all everything. Jesus.
Let me guess. George Mikan told you that.
It seems that the foreign blue and gold is getting a little too heavy on LBJ's back because he's struggling as a Laker. Where does his legacy sit as of right now?
Do we really have to do this?
I'm just okay. We can
Sure,
go into the next
you know what? I'll be your Huckleberry.
I knew that was coming.
So when we think about LeBron, you have to put him in a full perspective. And I think we have to look at him as a player of this generation, not compare him generations across generations. Because in this 22-year window, he's probably been one of the more dominant players of the era. The problem that he's going to have when it comes to his legacy is the number of titles he should have compared to the number of titles he does have. The other problem we're going to figure out is which side is the media going to fall on in that discussion? Because they're going to shape his narrative. As long as he stays on their good side, he's going to be in these GOAT conversations. The second he's out, it's going to change. And the problem is that this media, they change everything. I mean, we got Nikola Jokic with 3 MVPs. Really? We didn't see what Jalen Brunson did. We didn't see SGA.
Well,
but it's, again, I think his legacy is cemented for the most part. I think he's one of the greatest players of the last 22 years. If there's any all-century team for the 2000s, he's on that. So I don't know what else you want.
No, I'm just asking. I'm asking
2000s and 2010s.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you want to be technical, 2020s. He's on 3 different decades of. You're not putting him on the 2020s. What?
No.
We got a lot of time left. I would say he's.
Yeah, we're in 2024. We got SGA coming up. We got Ant Edwards. LeBron's career is coming to a close. He's not making my 2020 team like that. No.
Okay.
I'm telling you now. And it's not, and not because I'm a LeBron hater or nothing, but he's getting old. Like, no better way to say it. He's getting old. It's still impressive what he's able to do at this age. I think if this was any other team besides the Lakers, the criticism wouldn't be as harsh. But the unfortunate thing about going to certain teams expect winning and championships, and when you hold the type of weight LeBron has, when you come there, that's what's expected. They didn't expect, first round. They want championships, banners, not playing tournament banners, none of that. So I think if anything is hurting his legacy, is the Laker failures, right? Something I said when they won their 2020 championship, they have to win another one to get the doubt out of people's minds that rest helped him and AD.
They have to win. We have to win another one for the simple fact that he can't be in any greatest Laker conversation with one ring, with one title.
Yeah, I don't think he could be in there with how everything's went with two. Like they would have to reel off like a dominant stretch, at least two of just like dominating the West. The Lakers are in town, like that's, you know what I'm saying, and that's not going to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. And then the other part is how much is he going to hurt his legacy? How much is he going to stick around? And unfortunately, and I say this, and I hate saying it, but depending on how Bronny does in the league, that is going to hurt his legacy also. We know it because that's how the media is. Whatever Bronny does or doesn't do is going to add to LBJ's legacy, and that's not fair, but it's going to happen.
I mean, I don't think Marcus and them hurt Michael's legacy.
We're not talking about the same player. They're not on the same level. That's what people. Me and KG talk about this all the time. I'm not putting that. He's not on the MJ level. So I'm not even. Nothing can hurt Michael's legacy unless he come out and just butcher media, like literally come in a room and just start, going at people. Like MJ's legacy is cemented. LeBron is the one that's always been trying to catch that flame. Nobody's tried to catch Michael's flame.
All right, couple comments. Backing up a little bit. Luka played like Antonio Boone said. Luka played like he was 40. Cries too much. This might be a sweep. Agreed. I believe that was when we was talking about what were we just talking about? Last segment.
A whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Perry said good luck with that. We talking about the GM and having OKC having a tight. Perry says he's 39 and every squad around him got better. His legacy is what it is, even with the first round exit. James King said top career of all time, top 10 player of all time. And Perry said that's Skip Cook, MR.
I'm going to go back to that comment.
All right. And James King said no.
Right there. That tells you where LeBron's legacy is because everybody's been comparing him to Mike. He didn't say top 3. He didn't say top 5. Top 10. I think Kevin Durant falls out of the top 10 with his legacy. Like he was there, unfortunately, with what he did with the titles and stuff. He looked like, but the staple of him was after you leave the Golden State Warriors, you have to prove you can do this on your own. What Charles Barkley say? Can you drive the bus or are you going to just ride on it? And until you prove you can drive the bus, LeBron is proving he can drive the bus. As wherever you want to put his leg, he's proven he can drive the bus. Michael, of course, Kobe, Shaq, they proved Dwayne Wade, they proven they can drive the bus. Jason Tatum hasn't proven that. Jaylen Brown, it's guys that still have to prove it. Anthony Davis hasn't proven he can drive the bus. It's a whole list of guys. Kyrie Irving hasn't proven he can drive the bus. He was riding with LeBron. It can't be two bus drivers. Okay, so Kyrie was riding. If Kyrie can somehow get Dallas out of this predicament, we can talk. If Luka's hurt, that's a big blow. So
you brought up Kevin Durant. That's the second player I want to talk about as far as legacies. Now he talked about his time in Phoenix and saying, well, he was never comfortable and this, that, and the third. And the boss BJ said something, and he said he would like a soundbite, and I found a soundbite for him, so I'm gonna play it. And it's you talk about what's not happening.
You keep talking, man, and you shut the fuck up, huh? You keep talking, man, and you shut the fuck up.
The late great
Dick Gregory. And I play that because it seems like when he loses, he has all the excuses in the world of why he lost. Now, I'll get to LeBron in a minute, but my feelings on Kevin Durant is like, dog, you are a all-world talent. There should not be any excuses. Oh, well, I didn't feel comfortable in the offense. Why wait until you got swept in the first round and say you didn't feel comfortable in the offense, bro? But you supposed to be from PG County. You supposed to be from Seat Pleasant, right? People from Seat Pleasant don't talk like that. People from PG County don't talk like that. All these excuses. You supposed to be representing us, man. You're not even repping us. We don't talk like that. You don't make it. You should go out there and get after it. I'm sorry.
Change the water. Change the water you sitting in.
Hold on. Someone, do we need a segment for this? Because I think there's a segment for this if you want it.
If you want it. Yes, sir, James.
I mean, you ranting. If you got more to rant about.
Because I'm ups. And
let the good people
have it. Got fired today.
Let's do it. Hit it.
Let's go. Hit the button.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get to the button. Hold on. I'm already upset. Don't upset me anymore. Donna switched everything around. Goddamn.
Put us on the side and go ahead and let it go. There you go.
No. You take this away.
That's fine. That's fine. Look, I say this. This comes from a place of love. This doesn't come from a place of hate. This comes from a place of love. To know that you have all-world talent, but to hear you make excuses when you were in in Brooklyn. Oh, well, my feet wasn't so big, I would have hit that shot. Bro, it was more than one shot that ended that series. You come out in Phoenix, you ball, but y'all don't win because I didn't feel comfortable in the offense. Dog, what are we doing here? Honestly, what are we doing here? And that makes $8. But the constant excuses, man, every time you lose, like, bro, we can't
get them.
I'm more about the love of people from my city. And you say you from the city, we got love for you.
What?
So we keep backing you up. If you got to keep coming up with excuses on why you can't win. They put you in a position to win. They put you and Book together.
What?
Book's supposed to have Mamba mentality, but Book can't do nothing because he don't like getting double teamed in the open gym.
What?
So you supposed to be the alpha dog. You supposed to be the alpha head, but you playing second fiddle to a dude that can't even take a little double team. But he got Mamba mentality though. Then you got Bradley Beal who get paid all this money, got all the green light. How many games did Bill play this year? Please, somebody pull that up.
What?
I'm working on it.
Because I don't even think Bill played 80 games this year.
No, I can tell you he didn't. But I'm gonna get to what you.
If Bill's not playing at least 65 games, 70 games, Booker's crying about getting double teamed in open gym. That means you got to be the alpha. You should have took majority of the shots. You should have been feeling more comfortable than anybody else. The fuck about the hell with the rest of them dudes.
Do you really want to know how many games Brad played this year? Do you really want to know?
I do. I want to say 55.
53.
53 games out of 82.
53.
53 out of 82. But you didn't feel
on the
comfortable in the offense.
What?
When we talk about legacies and we talk about Kevin Durant and his legacy, Brody went from being a top 10 player. Now he's like, what? Maybe top 30 all time?
What?
Maybe top 35?
What?
You went from being an MVP caliber player at all times to this?
What?
I digress.
Yay, we're back on the show.
Here's the thing, right? Nobody's ever questioned Kevin Durant's talent. It has always been his heart. Always. That's always what the question has been. Now, you make the move, you go to Golden State, you win 2 titles and 2 finals MVPs, right? He won the finals MVP both years, didn't he?
Yep.
Okay. You got, at the time, 2 of the greatest shooters on each side of you. I don't know what the hell happened to Klay Thompson. So at the time, and then you have one of the best defensive players. That's great. Now when you leave, like the big guy KG said, why all the excuses? Too many excuses. You can't point down to, oh, my foot was, this, that, and nobody wants to hear that. Are you winning or not? Because guess what Edwards said? I'm taking it. Y'all ain't got to give it to me. What we talked about on the show last time, the mentality of these new players versus LeBron, KD, Kawhi, Paul George, all the rest of the other players. It's completely different. And just to comment on Russ, I had told y'all in our chat, I wish Russ had stayed at Washington. If Russ had stayed at Washington and they got rid of Bill, you would be seeing Russ from OKC. He might have, lost a step or two, but Washington hasn't done anything since. It would have been some excitement. Russ needs the ball. Russ needs his own squad. Coming off the bench, unless you're going to dedicate it to Russ, then it's not going to work. And that you see it in Clipperland, wherever that is, because I still don't know where that is. You look off the cliff into the shadows. We tried to map it out. I still can't find it.
James King says KD is Nightwing, call himself a leader, but defers to the rest of the Titans.
Yo, that's funny because I didn't know that reference. I thought he was talking like Darkwing Ducks. I was like, damn.
Man.
Well, I mean, you don't follow DC. So here's the thing. Robin, when he grew up, became Nightwing. Dick Grayson became Nightwing. Okay. And then Timmy Drake took over as Robin.
Sounds good to me.
Damian Wayne became the new Batman. I'll explain it to you later.
Yeah.
But Perry says, don't insult Nightwing like that. JoJo says karma for not coming to the Wizards. He's never been an alpha ever. Hey, the boss BJ agreed with that. James King say, LOL, what? He been hurt half the year.
That's Brad Beal.
Yeah. And KD is not and never was an alpha, is what Perry said. And we've said that several times. And it's rough saying that about a cat that you can't really, I don't know.
It's not rough when you leave and go to the team that beat you. It's not rough. We've been taught growing up. Your actions speak louder than anything. Just like we talk about Melo leaving the Nuggets instead of staying put and fighting. Remember, he would have what did he just say on the podcast? I forgot who he was talking about. I would have killed that dude. Why you ain't kill Kobe? Why you ain't come back the next year and stay firm on the Nuggets? Be like, I want Kobe back in the West Finals. Because you know what? Kobe would have did that to you. Kobe, if you had beat Kobe in those West Finals, that would have been all Kobe Bryant would have thought about the all season. When he would have willed his team back there just to see you and put it to you. Y'all not the same. That's what I'm saying. It's just not the same. Go ahead, Midnight Rider.
No, you good because I love what you're saying, but that was never going to happen because George Karl didn't play Kobe in the fourth quarter of that All-Star game. And so what you're talking about, he exemplified that whole – he was making sure that whole series that there was no way Carmelo Anthony, the Denver Nuggets, and especially George Karl was getting past them that year. It was just not going to happen. And if it did happen, I felt bad for any person that owned a gym near Kobe because he would have been working so hard to get back at them. Oh my gosh. Like, he probably would have had IVs hooked to his back in a backpack while he was working out. So I don't even want to even test that theory. But you're right. But I also think part of, hold on, I'm going to stop here because I might be going too fast down the hill.
All right. JoJo said KD is not a leader, never has been, or an alpha, never has been. She also says that little mob of players are too nice.
Yes, he did.
Russ wanted to leave and go home.
And the Wizards did him a favor. They did.
Yeah. And James King said you can have Russ. And Perry with the correction. Jason Todd, then Timmy Drake as Robin. I'm not saying keep Russ because you're looking to win championships. The Washington Wizards ain't nowhere near it, hasn't been near it in a long time. So why not keep one of the most exciting players in the league and trade? Because obviously, if you listen to the rumblings of what the Wizards think of Bradley Beal, they felt this way for a minute. But they felt compelled that they had to pay him. Send him to LA. He could have went to LA.
Whoa. We good over here.
He could have went there.
That was the trade originally. It was supposed to be Bill to LA. Bill to LA for who was it? It was supposed to be Bill, KCP, and some other guys.
Probably a wet bologna sandwich.
So we have Bill and we have Anthony Davis.
Oh,
we got Mr. Glass and his twin brother. Oh, hell nah.
They probably wouldn't have played 82 games together combined.
Oh, no, sir.
Hey.
Don't you wish that evil on me, Ricky Bobby?
Oh, man. JoJo said Russ was the leader.
All right. So y'all got to be careful because that's JoJo's boy.
I know.
Yeah.
And she said Russ had our team as a unit. Perry said because Russ would have wanted out either way. Yeah, he wanted to go home. Because once he got here, the look on his face once he got here, he was like, yeah, this ain't going to last.
So question, while we're talking about this, and Russ plays for the Clippers. Did the Clippers ever take over LA? Because I'm still waiting. Like I was told it was going to happen. Also was told there would be no math. So there was math earlier. So I'm guessing it's not Clipper time.
I guess not.
But I will say this: when they open that new arena, they better come out with their guns loaded. Like they can't spend this off season and waste opening that new arena and that $1 billion that Ballmer put into that or whatever it was he put into that building. You can't waste that.
Let me get to these comments and I'll tell you something. Russ ain't been exciting in a while, is what James said. He worse than McGee on the bloopers.
Ooh.
Damn, that's tough. He would have been a buyout contender, is what Perry said. JoJo said no as far as the Clippers taking over LA. So sad and disappointed. Perry also says, I heard similar things about gentrified team in Brooklyn. And what's crazy, this is absolutely crazy. I don't think.
I'm sorry, that's the line of the night.
the gentrified team in Brooklyn.
Oh man,
what's crazy is I thought the Clippers were all right because you know they got 4 top tier players, but Kawhi can't stay healthy. They said Kawhi was going to be ready for Game 6, but Game 6 wasn't ready for him. But the Clippers when have the Clippers When have the Clippers ever been on the verge of taking the Kings of LA? Shit, the Kings of Cali crowned from the Lakers.
I mean, I just was told that was going to happen.
I think Sacramento is closer than them. Shit.
Yeah. And I guess Kawhi, with all his injuries, I guess you got to tell me that's human nature. Kawhi.
Well, let's go on to this last topic.
You know what's crazy? I don't even have my own segment on this show, on no show. That's absolutely nuts. Anyway, who should coach the Wizards in the 2024-25?
Damn, bro.
Whoa.
You don't have your own segment. Okay, we got to talk to midnight. We got to talk the people's choice about your own segment.
No. I make my own segment. When I start ranting, just sit down, get you a cold one. Y'all know my rants take a minute, so you know.
No shit.
Hey, KG, pull up the names again.
Pull up the names?
Yeah, the names. Everybody's name and the little headline.
Hold on.
Nah, we don't know how to do it.
Perry said the day of the big names died. The day of the big three names died 3 years ago.
How do we do it?
Oh, it's right there.
There we go. That counts. There we go.
And Buck Nasty's a little mad about that. I mean, hey, look.
Wait, so hold up. So you got KG got beef.
What
do I have?
Oh boy, here we go. That's
I know what I have.
That's snowball. It's Thursday shit.
But it's also a staple on, is it tonight? Where we talk about like if you write something down and you like put people in order, I think they do something, right?
Well, shoot. You asking for a lot here because you know.
There it is. You made the list. Okay. Hey, BJ, what you got?
For once, I'm not the
Let me get my mouse working. Hold on a second.
But all jokes aside, Perry said he got a dip. He said Jaguar right live on Instagram, so he about to dip.
Oh boy, I don't know who she's snitching on now.
Hey, she ain't been wrong so far.
Oh man.
But
we ain't talking about that.
Who should coach the Wizards in 24-25? Here's the thing. Last time we talked about it, feels like we talk about this every year. But the last time we talked about this, I said, you know, Wes Unseld Jr. would be a great addition because he's been on the staff, he's been in the organization, and and Wes Unseld Jr. is a legacy pick and all that, and we see how that turned out. So I think this is one of the ones where you have to go outside of the organization. But if you could pick a coach right now, who would be your top candidate to coach the Wizards in 24 and 25?
Well, my number one option would be whatever assistant coach, whoever the top assistant is at OKC. I don't have that information, but that would be my number one pick for that team. Number two would be the man that was there before. And then number three, I don't have a third. I think it's one of those two people. And the thing I say that is because Ted has shown a penchant for not investing heavily in coaches. So he's going to either take the young developmental coach to give him his first shot and let him grow with this program. And I think the only problem that Little West had was there were certain things with his rotation and things like that and the effort that I think this team lacked with him involved, and they had to move on from. It wasn't because he was losing. It was because the devil's in the details, right? And the details for this team and for this program is the way they develop players. And I think you guys want to see when we get 2 years removed from this, 3 years removed from this, we start getting the Ernie Grunfeld stink off of it and everything. You guys want to see a different view of this front office. So that's why I say it's one of those two people.
Here's the thing: if whoever's running this, and I agree about the OKC pluck, right? If the team's not ready for that, you go get another. You promote somebody from the bench. If you feel like you're not ready to take that step, you don't have all the pieces in place. There's no point of going to get the everything that's going to put everything together if you don't have it. You can't cook dinner without all the ingredients. So if they don't have that person, it's going to be somebody from the bench now or some random somebody to kind of get this team through the season and hopefully have another top 5, top 3 pick next year. But when they're ready, they're going to OKC.
Yep. You talk about the bench coaches. Brian Keefe is your interim head coach right now. You got Joseph Blair, Zach Guthrie, Mike Miller, not the Mike Miller you're thinking about, James Posey, David Vanderpool, Sammy Gelfin.
So it would be if he's staying current staff, then you're taking Keefe. You're not going to bypass Keefe and give somebody else on the staff because you had the opportunity to hire them when you fired Baby West. So you can't. It doesn't make sense to go back into that well if you're not giving Keefe the job.
Let me ask y'all a question. When it came to, as the Midnight Rider calls him, Baby West, you think the moment was too big for him and playing in Dad's shadow? Because no matter what you do in DC, if your last name is Unseld, you're playing in your dad's shadow. Your dad is a legend in this town.
No, I definitely don't think that. I think his issue was, like when you're a coach, you gotta stand on something. I said the same during the time of the draft. Like you gotta be willing to die on the cross of your beliefs. And the problem was West didn't want to die on his cross of his beliefs. If his beliefs were defense, he didn't enforce defense on this team. And if you watch that team early in the season, they was giving up 145s and 160s. Like they was handed out like it was payday and it was prostitutes in the motel. Like it was just giving things away. I mean, it was crazy. I'm sorry.
I'm not going there with you because it ain't tricking if you got it. But the way they started out the season, when they started out the season like 10-0?
It doesn't. If Phil Jackson came and coached his team last year, if you got whoever, this team wasn't going to win. And that's why I was saying it's the same thing I said probably one of the shows when they would look. Whoever's getting this team is setting up for failure. This team isn't ready to win.
Right.
Whoever comes to this team has to know that this is just something I can put on my resume. Let me try to, put my staple on and be like, at least they played some defense. I got this out of them. They were, top 15 in defense, whatever, you build your resume. This is your build your resume job. If you can, which would be bad for the Wizards, you can get them to a playing game. That's going to hurt their draft chance. You don't really want that. But then, you look better. But this isn't a team that's ready to make the jump. This is a bottom of the barrel team. So it doesn't matter who coaches this team right now. This is your excavating season. You're trying to uncover gems. This is your pioneer season where you out in the hills of San Francisco mining for gold and you trying to get all the dirt and find you some gold nuggets. And they found a couple kids last year. They found Denny Avia actually can be a baller for them. And I think that's the mission they're on right now. Go ahead, hit the comments, brother.
James King said Mike Wilkes for coach.
Where's Mike Wilkes from? Because that name sounds familiar.
Talking about Baby West, the way he was losing last 3 minutes, losing 10, 15-point leads. That's true. The last two comments, we'll get to those in a second because we want to stay on topic real quick. Here's a question. I've been harping for this for about how long we been doing this show? 5 years I've been harping for this. Bring God daggone Mark Jackson in here. Teach these kids how to play some real defense. And let's go.
All right, so I'm going to say it. When I say this, I mean this with all the love and affection that I could have for a friend. You know, there was a movie called Frozen, and there was a little princess, and she was singing this song, Let It Go. Bruh, Mark Jackson coaching basketball in the NBA anywhere. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Not happening. Sorry, bruh.
Please. I'm trying to get Akash to come sing Let It Go. That used to be her song.
Hey.
But she ain't having it. But James say OKC. OKC assistant was here before.
All right, see, James, we sharing the same brain.
Here's the thing.
Hey, if he asks something, once we finish this and the wrap it up, B, hit his other comment about the five.
That's what I'm saving that for. Here's the thing. You say let it go. But what's the biggest problem that the Wizards have had for the last few years is they can't play defense. They can't. Bradley Beal said it when he was here, and he was absolutely right when he said it. We can't guard a parked car.
He was talking about him.
Either way, he was right. Because at one point in time, the Wizards were averaging, 130 a game, but they were giving up 134? Now, imagine averaging 130 a game, but you holding teams to 115. You got something there. You cooking with gas now, and it ain't no propane.
No, because then they wouldn't have gotten 100. Like, their 130 was the byproduct of them giving up 140.
Shit.
It wasn't. It was just the. Yeah, that wasn't. Mm-mm.
So
what time is the OKC game on now?
9:30.
All right. I just need to figure out. We don't condone betting, but I do bet, so I need to figure out if I'm gonna get a parlay in here before this happens.
BJ, who you got to bring in as coach?
Cleveland is leading Boston 99-83. 9 minutes left in the fourth.
That's BJ's comment on the coach.
Yeah, I don't care who coaches this team. Don't get me wrong. If you're trying to get the young guys developed and bring some structure, you bring in a bridge guy that can get some structure, some discipline, get them to practice a certain way, get them to play a certain way. That way, when you're ready for the main guy to come, they kind of whipped into shape and he doesn't have to do anything. So, do everything. So, it just
I'm gonna say this: pay attention, and this is probably a no Diddy or a pause moment, but you got to watch this all season when these guys come back to Washington to play in preseason games and watch their makeups. I'm talking about their makeups. I'm talking about their bodies, because their bodies are going to be different than what you're used to from this team, because they have a plan. Winker and company, or whatever his name is, they have a plan for your off season, your conditioning and everything. So you're going to see some different guys. You're going to see Denny Avia looking a little different and so forth. Bilal Koulibaly's going to be probably a little bit bigger. He's probably going to put on 10 pounds. So just start watching those little things, because those little things are going to be what's going to be defining this team in 2 years.
Here's something about the Wizards that I'll say, and this is the last thing I'll say, and we'll wrap it up. But you got young men that you got to shape. Marvin Bagley can be your big man in the future, but he needs to go see the dream. He need to talk to Kareem. He need to talk to Pat. He need to talk to somebody. But he could be your center of the future, but he needs help. He needs coaching. So I suggest he goes to see Hakeem down in Houston and get some work done. So, but we have come to that point in the show.
Uh-oh.
Gotta love it.
Technical difficulties.
Perry says Suns going after Coach Budenhauser per Woj. Of course they are. Of course they are. Back up to the top. James King said, how much y'all think Jaden Daniels paid for number 5?
I'm gonna say because Truss is a good dude, he probably got him at like somewhere between 30 and 40,000 and called it a day.
A trip to what was it?
Oh, if we getting a trip, we gonna. Hey, I ain't got a missus, but me and some girl that I picked, we going to the Maldives. Cause getting one of them
that's
companions out in the water. No brother can't swim, but that companion on the water is still tough, bro.
When Eli came to New York, Jeff Fiegels had 10. He got 10 off of him by sending his family to. No, he sent his family to Disney World, and then he changed to 17. Plexico came the next year and won at 17, and he paid Fiegels for 17. He redid Fiegels' whole entire kitchen.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, it's a barter system and it works. But I think he paid a pretty penny for it. If he got 5, yeah, he paid a real nice penny for that.
And I'm glad. I'm upset that fans like were trying to have this moment. I mean, I know we in May and everything's a conversation, but I mean, come on, man. We just talking about a number. The kid wore 5. Yes, Tress has worn 5. I'm already calling it out now. If Truss shanks a punt in week 5 or week 4, somebody's gonna be like, it's bad juju because Truss doesn't wear number 5 anymore.
Yeah. James King said it happened an hour ago.
Yeah, they've been negotiating all day according to JP, and I think they did the video, but I thought there was supposed to be a bigger video about it.
Is this what we really talking about on a Thursday?
You brought it up.
Well, I didn't bring it up. No, I'm talking about on the radio. They really covered that, like talking about it now.
Hold on. Your boy, your idol, the highest high on Tuesday when he was hanging out with Chris Russell, the king of the Canines, the man that needs a hero to come along. He said, well, the kid shouldn't, like, he was all just like, what has the kid done? This is a Pro Bowler. Who cares about a number? He should just get a number and just deal with it. Truss shouldn't have to give his number up because he's a 10-year vet. And he's been there, done that. That's kind of how he said it. He didn't say it that way because my voice, I don't really do a good Doc Walker, but that's kind of what was the.
JoJo said, I wouldn't give my number up. I don't care who came. Damn right, JoJo. Rookie Mini Cans this weekend. Yeah, it is, ain't it? We around that. But see, here's the thing. Just go in there and grab a number out the bin.
Why? He's the hold time out. This is the franchise. This is the guy.
No, 17 is the franchise. Let's stop. Stop with the cat.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
No, not at all.
17 can't be the franchise.
17
is dependent on somebody else to give him the football, and the person that gets him the football is the franchise.
Stop the cap.
No, there's no cap involved, my friend.
All right,
what are we doing here? Nobody starts their team and says, "Oh, that's the star of the team." Number outside of Minnesota, there's no wide receiver that is the number 1 guy. Even in San Francisco, nobody says Debo first. They say Brock Purdy first. What are we doing here?
825. That's what we doing. Now, this is why I say 17 is the guy. You say Jaden Daniels. Do Jaden Daniels got his own cereal? Has Jaden Daniels had 4 seasons of 1,000 yards receiving with multiple quarterbacks? Huh? You say people say a lot of things, and you saying all this. It's like, man, come on.
Huh? All right. So now that you and all that, again, he's the quarterback. He's the quarterback of first this new ownership group, this team, and he's going to be the face of the franchise for the next 10 or 15 years.
How did wrap that shit up be turned into a Commander segment?
I don't know. Who started it?
You keep talking, man.
Man. I was trying to
Shut
finish.
the fuck up. Huh?
That's
Talking, man.
See, KG started it.
How is it my fault?
Finish the comments up, man. Let's go.
You killing me, Smalls. Like, how is it my fault?
You think I'm gonna blame myself?
Yes.
Hell nah.
Oh my God. James says, that's right, JoJo. No one can take away your fried jersey. JD is the franchise, period. I can't. He hasn't set foot on the field. I'm not calling him the franchise.
Okay. That's why you drafted him at 2. Do we get gonged?
Okay.
It's the music. All right. Good night. Thank you for coming out. God bless and good night. I don't know.
All right, man. I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and end it here because this could go on all night, and I ain't got all night. I got to drive for me in the morning. So thank y'all for joining us, man. We'll get to this on Sunday. This will be something that we can really talk about and dig in on Sunday because this is gonna be an argument probably from the get-go. But for the Midnight Rider, aka Pretty Tony, is what they call him.
No Diddy. We ain't digging in nothing here. No Diddy.
For the boss BJ, aka Buck Nasty. I'm the big guy KG. Always remember, always big, never little. We are the sideline junkies. We don't do no overtime. Uh-oh. Hold on. We gotta do a little bit of overtime. We gotta. Oh, Doc is on crack. He's a grumpy old man. Oh, we definitely
fighting words, James. Change them fighting words. You can't talk about the Messiah like that in front of KG. You can't talk about Methuselah like that.
That's all right. Leader of Neanderthal Nation, man. We out of here, y'all. We God.